So hello everybody, this is Carlos, the running jackal, just about to start the classic golf course loop. I'm going to put the voice recorder on locked. I'm going to slip the recorder into a sports sock, which is acting as an additional wind filter on my run today. Last time I recorded, not only did I get super wet, but I also got a lot of wind noise from my arm swing, which I'm hoping to avoid this time. It does mean that I won't be able to control the voice recorder, but one loop of the golf course should take me about 25 minutes. So we'll see. The next reminder is coming up any second now, as I approach King's Pond. There's always hikers here. They group up here and then they go for their walk around the chip trail. Hello.
Time 30 minutes. Distance 3.95 kilometers. Average heart rate 137. Workout average pace 7 minutes 35 seconds per kilometer.
Hello. So up I go. Hi. Cute little kid in a rain suit. It's like a snowsuit, but they don't call it a snowsuit here. It doesn't snow often enough. That kid probably hasn't seen snow yet. We had some snow last year, but that kid wasn't even a year old. But he's walking. Precocious little chap. Well, I'm walking too, but I'm 70 years old. So 69 and a bit years older than him. But soon to be running downhill again. There will be a subtle music background track today, just so that I don't have to keep a constant barrage of commentary. Like lots of fast runners today here, taking advantage of the rain, I guess. There'll be less pedestrians, more ducks and geese as they come to yet another traditional hike section. Just here, there's a white pole that I often use for my traditional hike. This hill goes on for about maybe 200 meters. I won't even dream of taking a photograph today. Sunday was bad enough. But it does illustrate the rain quite well when you see all the photographs with drops on them. So I listened to 2001, The Running Odyssey. 201, I should say. Episode 201 of the Extra Mile podcast, which...
Time 33 minutes. Distance 4.30 kilometers. Average heart rate 135. Workout average pace 7 minutes 39 seconds per kilometer.
Which I was on again. On again. Off again. And as expected, most of the reports were about the Bird in Hand half marathon. as I climb again. This is a nice undulating course. There's quite a lot of ups and consequently a fair number of downs. There's very little flat actually here. You're either going up or you're going down, which is quite good in a way because it gives you a chance to keep your pace by catching up on the downs. What you lose on the ups is if you got a long flat after a down that your pace starts to fade a bit. But I have Samantha doing 3-minute intervals, so I will only get an update every 3 minutes. The rest I'm doing by feel. I don't have the zone change toggled today. It'll be a little quieter from Samantha this way. I just have to remember to back off when I'm feeling pressure from my heart. It's interesting what Kevin was saying about his new coach is his butt pain. My all-time coach is my heart issues. If I want to continue running into my 90s, I have to listen to that coach. If he says you're working too hard, you back off. Hello. Once you decide that running is your lifestyle choice, then it doesn't really matter how fast you run, as long as you can actually leave the ground. Hi. On every other step. That's the big difference between running and walking. Walking, you always have.
Distance 4.67 kilometers. Average heart rate 135. Workout average pace 7 minutes 41 seconds per kilometer.
In walking, you always have one foot on the ground. As I approach Derby Road crossing, the reason I locked the recorder is because putting it inside a sock means that holding onto it could easily press the pause button. Runner behind you. Thank you. Slow runner. Hi. Hi, Brian. That guy's a fast runner. I thought it was him. I'm glad I was running when I went past him. Hi. I'm coming up to the $1 million view. I will let you into a small secret. I already have the photographs for today's Relive video. In fact, I already have the Relive video. I just reposted the data from the other day, which is exactly the same run that I'm doing with you today. But you're only going to see, or you're only going to hear and see photographs from the golf course section. I just have to remember where to slot the photos. But this run is so familiar to me. It's like finding things in the kitchen, you know where to look. I know from the photograph where I took it. And down I go. There's another guy I know. Hi. Having the voice recorder in.
Time 39 minutes. Distance 5.16 kilometers. Average heart rate 144. Workout average pace 7 minutes 32 seconds per kilometer.
Having the recorder in a sock means that I not only cut down a lot more of the wind, but I also stop the rain getting through a little bit. I guess eventually it will get through, but the Sony is remarkably hardy. I believe Jim once put his Sony through the wash, and it still worked. Good old school electronics. The only thing they don't like is being fallen on.
Time for hydration.
So I have been running now for 40 minutes. I figured on finishing this loop just around the, what's it now, 55, something like that. And that'll give me another 25 minutes to get home, which I should be able to do, especially with the rosy stats from Strava. As I climb once again past the tree that is always decorated for Christmas. This is the last little bit of peace and quiet. I'm getting to the noisy section on Finlayson Road. I can already hear the traffic. Now, according to Biden, people with mixed vaccines from Canada are not yet allowed to travel freely, either on land borders or by plane, funnily enough, unless I'm prepared to have a recent vaccine test. Then I'm out of luck, because I got one of these cocktail 2-jab deals like most British Columbians. Moderna and Pfizer, those two, the double whammy, which is ironic because mixed vaccines have proven to be
Distance 5.50 kilometers. Average heart rate 131. Workout average pace 7 minutes 37 seconds per kilometer.
as good or better than the one vaccine, the double shot of the one single type of vaccine. But it's a bit of a pain in the ass, as Kevin would say. I'm not sure why he's so concerned about the classification of his podcast as family friendly. The internet is probably one of the only places where you can swear like a trooper. I think it's because a podcast is discretional listening, whereas a radio broadcast is passive. As I go past the earth drums, that's one of them. That's the deeper one. And the third one 3 different sounds for you to relish along with the traffic noise. Just coming up to Bowker Creek. This is a spring area, being on a hill. Quite a few streams emanate from this area and flow down towards the ocean. Bowker Creek is at the moment not flowing anywhere. It's just accumulating large puddles in its riverbed. As I take another voluntary walk break, without the zone changes, I am probably in zone 4 now. From my average heart rate, every 3 minutes, it's been in the 130s, and my pace has been around the 7.5 minute mark, which is like a zone 3 training program. The temperature is just about perfect. I'm wearing...
Time 45 minutes. Distance 5.92 kilometers. Average heart rate 126. Workout average pace 7 minutes 35 seconds per kilometer.
I'm wearing technical material again for the reason I explained on Sunday. When it gets wet, it doesn't necessarily hold the water. If the sun should come out or if the rain should stop, like it has now, I will gradually dry out. So much so that when I get home, I might well be dry enough not to have to change clothes right away. I can luxuriate in my own steam for a little while. So this is the makeup hill on the other side. This one builds all the way back up to Derby Road, which is the midway across the golf course, and then it goes down again all the way to Bow Park and Mackenzie Avenue, but you won't be hearing that part because I will stop this recording when I get back to Queensberry Road. I always have to think about that one, because one of my other runs is Queenswood, and this is Queensberry. It's always references to Victoria. But I believe the Queensberry is more to do with the Marquis of Queensberry, the guy who developed the rules of boxing. That road where I started this loop was named after the Marquis of Queensberry. So I run again. Past the vanilla ice cream house. The smell of wet grass emanates through my nostrils as I start the second pitch on this climb. There won't be too many golfers today. Once again, I have earmarked the post where I will start hiking again.
Time 48 minutes. Distance 6.24 kilometers. Average heart rate 129. Workout average pace 7 minutes 41 seconds per kilometer.
Yeah. Past the pampas grass. Past the catalpa trees. Coming up to the crest of the hill. hear a frog. Definitely is amphibious conditions today. So those vehicles you hear are the ground crew taking advantage of this day with few golfers to do their maintenance of the course. I don't think it's closed for golfing, but a lot of these golfers are fair weather golfers. Most of them are retired, so they can choose when they play. So far I've seen a grass cutter, a lawn blower, and a lawn roller. 3 guys gainfully employed in their chosen profession of groundskeepers. I will shut up for a little while now and just make up some time here. Derby Road, as I hike, passing the Cedar Hill Park Municipal Golf Course signage. There's a woman up ahead.
Time 51 minutes. Distance 6.59 kilometers. Average heart rate 137. Workout average pace 7 minutes 43 seconds per kilometer.
As I speed up again. The next feature will be at Glacier Place, which is where I often used to join this loop when I came shopping to Fairways at Cedar Hill Crossroad. Up we go. And hike for my little heart. Coach Heart tells me to hike. I am closing on the woman who was a girl with a backpack. So probably a student. I shall run past her shortly. Excuse me. She seems to be turning off on Glacier Place. Hello. Yeah, there's a school down there. Doncaster School. École Doncaster School. French immersion school. I do hope this recording comes out as well as I want it to. Hello again. just the Hardy and the school kids today. The Hardy runners and the school kids. Oh, and mothers with babies. Morning.
Late for school.
Late for school, you see. This is
Time
the
54 minutes.
stewardship
Distance
area.
6.99 kilometers. Average heart rate 141. Workout average pace 7 minutes 43 seconds per kilometer.
Yep. So for my heart rate and my pace, I'm doing good. I have about 3 more minutes of this recording, which will be around the 54-minute mark for the run, which gives me 6 minutes to get to the hour, and then I should have about 25 to go. But it will be what it is when it ends. One last little hike. Frogs again. They sound a bit like that musical instrument, the one that they scrape with a stick. You know the one. Looks a little bit like somebody scaling a fish, holding it by the tail. Morning. Hi. I remember that guy. He's a runner. 2 good runners today I've seen here. Both of them hiking. I think they're all pretty much doing what I do and alternating their effort. Today I was that close to recording a recycle truck for you. I'm sorry I missed it. I overtook it before I started recording, and then I took off on my run and left it behind. Morning. Hi. I think I've seen about 6 people that I know well enough to borrow a quarter off. That kind of friendship in the day when you had to borrow a quarter if you wanted to make a phone call. All those people, I would not hesitate. That reminds me of when I used to work. Okay, I've reached Queensbury Avenue. That was me thinking it was Queensbury Road, but it's Queensbury
Time 57 minutes.
Avenue.
Distance 7.33 kilometers. Average heart rate 100.
I have 28 minutes 40 recorded, so I will stop it right here and get back to you on Sunday. Bye bye. Oops. Got to turn the lock off. Ah, there's the recycle truck. So you did hear the recycle truck after all. He's picking up the green garbage. Bye bye.